Throughout history, humans haven't always been at the top of the food chain. And this is particularly true when we venture into environments we aren't built for, such as the water. So let's take a look at some instances where the animals who dominated these habitats showed us who's really the boss. Make sure to stick around for the last animal on our list, as it's probably not what you'd think. Between 2.5 and 1.5 million years ago, lurking in the rivers and lakes of Africa, massive crocodiles reigned supreme as apex predators, coexisting with some of our earliest human ancestors. The fossil record tells a harrowing tale. Our distant relatives were not just hunters, but also prey. Evidence from sites like Olduvai Gorge in Tanzania and Kubifora in Kenya suggests that early hominins, including Homo habilis and Homo erectus, faced deadly encounters with giant crocodilians. One of the most chilling cases comes from Kenya's Kubifora region, where a partial Homo habilis skull bears unmistakable signs of a crocodile attack. The fossil exhibits puncture wounds and scoring marks that match the bite patterns of ancient crocodilians, indicating that this early human either fell victim to a lurking predator or was scavenged post-mortem. As the victim, you may hope for the latter, as I'm sure a crocodile attack to the head is a nasty way to go. At Olduvai Gorge in Tanzania, another Homo habilis fossil, featuring similar bite marks, paints a grim picture of life near the water's edge. Fossilized bones of prey animals in the same region bear identical damage, showing how crocodiles were true menaces throughout the continent. A notable Homo erectus fossil from the region displays deep, V-shaped gouges on the tibia, consistent with a crocodile's conical teeth. This suggests that the individual was seized by the leg, a common strategy among modern crocodiles that drag their victims into the water before delivering a fatal death roll. Limbs would quickly be removed or damaged enough to either prevent escape or cause massive blood loss and shock so that the crocodile could finish its meal. These ancient crocodiles were not the same as their modern relatives. Some belong to the now extinct genus Crocodilus anthropophagus, a species specifically named for its apparent tendency to prey upon early humans, anthropo meaning human and phagus meaning to eat. This formidable reptile reached lengths of up to 7.5 meters, 25 feet, and boasted a bite force with more than enough strength to crush a skull like a grape. Unlike modern Nile crocodiles, which prefer to ambush medium-sized mammals, Crocodilus anthropophagus seems to have frequently targeted hominins, as evidenced by a high concentration of crocodile-damaged human remains at Olduvai Gorge. Despite these dangers, early humans continued to settle near water sources, drawn by the abundant resources they provided. However, the risk of predation likely shaped hominin behavior, leading to the development of lookout strategies, group vigilance, and perhaps even the use of weapons to fend off aquatic threats. As time went on, the tables began to turn. While early hominins were undoubtedly victims, later human ancestors likely hunted and consumed crocodiles in return. Stone tools discovered near crocodilian fossils suggest that Homo erectus and later hominins might have occasionally turned these predators into prey, taking advantage of their rich, fatty meat. The reign of Crocodilus anthropophagus came to an end as climate shifts altered African waterways, reducing their habitat. With the rise of Homo sapiens and advanced hunting techniques, these enormous crocodiles eventually vanished, leaving behind only fossilized evidence of their fearsome encounters with our ancestors. Yet the echoes of these ancient battles still linger in today's world. Modern crocodiles continue to pose a danger to humans in many regions, a reminder that, for millions of years, the struggle between hominins and these prehistoric predators has been a deadly contest of survival. While we have compelling evidence of these attacks because they occur in bodies of water on land, ocean-based attacks are a lot harder to prove. However, this video wouldn't be right without discussing the ocean's most feared predator: sharks. Around 3,000 years ago, the oceans surrounding ancient Japan were teeming with life, from giant marine mammals to fearsome predators of the deep. The remains from this find belong to an individual who lived during the late Jomon period, a time when humans were still heavily reliant on fishing and hunting along the coast. The victim likely fell prey to one of the many shark species that roamed the oceans of ancient Japan. The fossil in question is a human femur, showing clear signs of a shark's predatory attack. The bite marks are serrated and V-shaped, matching the structure of shark teeth designed for cutting through flesh. These markings suggest that the individual was either bitten during an aggressive encounter or scavenged post-mortem, as sharks are known to feed on both live prey and carcasses. Given the location of the marks and the severity of the wounds, it's most likely that this early human was a victim of a fatal attack. The damage to the femur appears to be consistent with an ambush-style attack, where the shark would have struck from below, targeting the legs or torso of the unsuspecting individual. What makes this even scarier is the species that this attack has been attributed to. While it's very difficult to pinpoint exact species, scientists have given their best guesses, and the results are terrifying. The fingers point to either a tiger shark or a great white. That's right, species that most of us are probably familiar with. It's a great reminder that these incredible animals we see on nature documentaries and TV shows have been around for millions of years, ruling the seas for long before humans were around. No wonder we've been such an easy snack throughout the ages. If you're enjoying this video, please consider subscribing to join us on future adventures, and let us know in the comments if there's anything you'd like us to explore next. For our next animal, there is less compelling evidence, but still feasible, stemming from a similar scenario to that seen in the crocodile attacks. Although this time, death would have been much slower. During the Pleistocene and Miocene epochs, the world's rivers, lakes, and coastal waters were home to a variety of large snakes. Some of these, like Matsoya, grew to lengths of up to 10 meters, 30 feet, easily rivaling the size of modern anacondas and pythons. These snakes, unlike their land-bound relatives, had adapted to life in the water, becoming efficient ambush predators capable of taking down large prey. As we've seen, early humans, who were often drawn to the water for fishing, hunting, or drinking, and would have been particularly vulnerable to these stealthy predators. Though the exact extent of human interactions with aquatic snakes remains unknown, it's easy to imagine how a confrontation could have taken place, leaving little fossil evidence to go on. Like modern constrictors, ancient snakes had highly flexible jaws that allowed them to open their mouths wide enough to swallow prey much larger than their head. Their teeth were backward curving and sharp, designed not for chewing, but for anchoring and grasping their prey as they constricted. These teeth also allowed the snake to latch onto a victim quickly, preventing escape. Once the snake clamped down with its jaws, it would use its muscular body to drag the prey into the water, where the constriction process would begin. For early humans, an ambush attack would have been deadly, as the snake could strike swiftly from beneath the water, grabbing hold of a leg, arm, or torso, and immediately wrapping around the body before the victim had any chance to react. With the possibility of death occurring with little bone damage due to the nature of which these predators made their kills, it's easy to see how fossil evidence would be extremely hard to come by. However, with the size, power, and perfectly adapted bodies of these ancient snakes, we'd probably all be surprised if there weren't cases of humans being eaten by these beasts throughout history. Following on from this theme, we have one final animal to explore. Another large semi-aquatic predator from ancient Asia. This was a souped-up version of a surprising prolific predator we still see today: the giant otter, although its ancestors were even bigger. Cyamogel was a genus of giant otter, weighing around 110 pounds or 50 kilograms, and growing up to the size of a modern wolf. Unlike their smaller modern relatives, these prehistoric otters were built like large carnivores. Their powerful jaws, sharp teeth, and specialized hunting adaptations made them a formidable presence in their ecosystems. Today's otters primarily feed on fish and small aquatic creatures, but ancient otters were capable of hunting much larger prey, including sizable fish, birds, and even other mammals. These otters had specialized sharp teeth for catching and tearing through prey. Their carnassial teeth, which are perfect for slicing through tough flesh, would have allowed them to deal significant damage to any prey they encountered. For an early human wading or swimming in the water, the strong bite force of an ancient giant otter, combined with its size and hunting prowess, could have made a fatal encounter scarily possible. While their exact diet is unknown, they are thought to have frequently fed on rodents and small mammals, which begs the question, could they have fed on small humans? Let us know what you think down in the comments, and please consider liking and subscribing if you've enjoyed this video. We'd love to have you join our journey. Thanks for watching and see you next time.